Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan. I am your lovely host, the DJ Christmas, and I have with me a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone out there?
Absolutely. This is Adam Sheehan, the marketing manager for Funimation Entertainment. How you guys doing out there?
Well, I know I personally am doing very good, other than stumbling over my own words here.
It happens.
It does happen. But we've got our live chat out there. They are listening, and they are loving. And it's been a while since we got to talk to somebody who is essentially part of the brains behind Funimation. Could you tell us a little bit about the inner workings, at least as much as you can?
Yeah, absolutely. I can talk to you about what I call my general role here and generally what I'm doing and have done in the company over the last 6 years now has intertwined with other things. But first, I'm the marketing manager here at Funimation Entertainment, which basically is a fancy title that just basically says I look over the different pieces of marketing for different items in the company. I specify on our new relaunch of our site, Funimation.com. Recommend you check it out if you haven't checked it out already. What I call brand new everything on there. Tons of anime. We've unlocked a whole bunch of new anime titles dubbed and subbed on there. Outside of that, right now, since I've been doing it for a while for Funimation, is I'm looking over their conventions department. So if you guys were at any of the big cons this year, Anime Expo, Otakon, San Diego Comic-Con, any of the variety ones, you probably might have saw myself on a panel or at the booth or just running frantically between rooms and screenings, holding a camera here or there from time to time. So, but overall, my day-to-day role, I would say almost changes day to day, being that one day I'll be planning different things for promotions for the site, to talking with Rojas, our social media manager, about some link-ins with he's doing with Facebook, and then just sending back emails back and forth to different conventions about getting screeners set up. So it moves from place to place. Of course, the sexier side of Funimation always is the production side, the studios and the voice actors and whatnot. I'll deal with those guys, those wonderful, wonderful people over there once in a while, being that we'll deal with them that way. But overall, it's kind of lives within the marketing, the sales department, and the different people here, as well as we have an entire creative services department here that actually puts together all the wonderful trailers you see and the packaging, and they're just outside my door, so I'm constantly walking over there by them to see, almost leaning over their shoulder to the point they're like, what are you doing? Looking into everything that's going on there with the next packaging art that's popping up and things. There's so much wonderful art coming through here. So overall, basically the day-to-day is just basically trying to get everything to you guys in the best way possible, way that we think you like it.
Definitely, and if I do say so myself, as a Funimation consumer, I am personally very, very satisfied.
Well, thank you so much. I'll pass it along to everyone on the team here.
Well, cool. And one of the things that you mentioned was the revamping of the Funimation site to its new beta form, and you're still working out all the fine-tuning stuff, updating everything pretty much every week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, overall the site has been a long journey. If anyone's seen the site, what do you call about, not even 6 months ago now, it was a very different site than it is now, and our site was needing an updating for a good while. It worked. The video player was pretty good, and overall, if you want to find information, you could find it, but that was about it. It was great for, Web 1, what I call it, the old version of the web. Web 2.0 demands more social, more interaction, more things to do, and the overall style has changed. So we wanted to update it to be more up to date with everything that's going on. So we added, what we call profiles to it, and those should be all the rage these days. As well as, of course, we have brought back everyone else's forums. We're not going to get rid of that. And we have different people on there talking to you. I try to jump on there once in a while, whenever I have time, but Sophie McNutt, she's on there a lot. She basically is our marketing lead on all those things. So she'll be talking to everyone about anything. We've added contests. We've added a ton of content because we know, and we ask surveys of all the different fans out there, what's the most important? They like all the niceties on the site. That's cool for them. But more anime is the number one thing everyone asks for, of course. So with that, we try to get as much as possible up there. And I'm happy to say the site's been doing great. We've had a lot of traffic coming in. We've had a lot of good feedback from you guys, what you want to do next. And overall, the tagline for the site is your anime video community, and we're making it truly that. we're basically going to be listening to what you guys are doing, what you guys want out there, and then try to build the site from that. We have some general ideas what we're starting with as a base, as in what the site is now was kind of a base product from what we thought was good. And we're going to bring in a subscription tier very soon, what we call this fall, next couple months. You'll see that pop out, and that's going to involve, wonderful things like, high definition video and access to other what we call videos, which you would have availability beforehand. A wide variety of different things you have to wait and see for details on. And we're also, people keep asking, because, we're a mobile society, when am I going to get it for iPhone, Android, iPad, all that stuff. So we're working on that as well after that. And pretty much those are our next two big projects we're focusing on the site. After that, we're kind of going down the list of different things people have told us they wanted, and are going to prioritize that and start working on that. Because, again, the end result is the users are the ones that are going to be on the site on a regular basis. If you guys don't like the site, you're not going to come back. So we got to build to what you have with our content.
Definitely. And there is one thing that I've noticed sometimes gets overlooked, and I can't stress this enough, especially to our Canadian listeners out there. But the Funimation website unblocks Hulu from Canada, so you can watch all of Funimation stuff in Canada.
Yes. Well, what we do actually was that. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, what we call it. With the Hulu player, which we use in the U.S., of course, can't be seen in Canada. We had a problem with that on our old site. When we switched it over, we actually check where they're coming from. And if they're coming from Canada, basically the switchover that America has for Hulu and everything like that doesn't switch over. So you just have to see it straight up right off our player.
And that's really one of the things. Like I said, we have a lot of Canadian listeners who...
We love Canada.
Yeah, everybody loves Canada.
It's hard not to.
They're a very nice hat.
Yes, they are. They're very polite. And actually, I like hockey, so I'll go with that too.
Yeah, actually, one of our DJs is from Canada. He's feeling under the weather today, but he does get the chance to check out a lot of stuff. And another great thing about the site is all the simulcasts that you guys put out.
Yeah, we keep trying to put more and more out there. We have 3 currently going, the never-ending One Piece, and thankful for the never-ending part. I think the creator recently said, I'm halfway through again, so we'll see how long that one goes for. Toriko, if you haven't checked that out, it's Dragon Ball Z meets Top Chef. It's a wonderful, wonderful show about fighting and eating what you fight with these giant monsters.
It really is. I can confirm the awesomeness of
it is. It's
DBZ and Top Chef.
It's super manly, and it's unbelievably manly.
I have to have a snack while I'm watching it, otherwise I just can't get through the episode. It makes me so hungry.
Yeah, I think you take in 3,000 calories per episode. Just FYI, people, just letting you know. We might have to run a lap after you watch an episode. And Bakken Test Season 2 we're running now, which is normally on most shows we'll wait to pick up a second season until we see the sales numbers on the first season. But the streaming on Bakken Test 2 were really, really good. So we were like, hey, why don't we go straight for we call it Season 2 because Season 1 was doing so well. So we dove right into that. So we're very happy to have that back on thing because it's hilarious. Yeah,
I know Season 1 just came out on DVD. I need to find a way to get myself watching that. I saw the first episode on demand a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I know, it's hilarious. I had a lot of fun. It's one of those shows. Again, it's drawn very, very beautifully. Just little stylist, little things all around the thing. The characters are great, and it's just a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that Funimation puts out is always fun. I know personally, I'm looking forward to Fairy Tail. First 4 episodes available on the site at the end of September.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. We're very excited about that. We're actually working with New York Anime Fest to have a big Fairy Tail premiere with guests and a whole bunch of stuff at there. So if you're in the New York area, make sure you show up for that because not only do we have some people from the U.S. side and some people from the Japanese side, we haven't announced all the details yet, but we're working on a cool Fairy Tail convention game that if you stop by our booth, you'll get the chance to play and maybe win some cool Fairy Tail exclusive stuff even.
Funimation's exclusive stuff is always good. I know when I was at Anime Boston, I got the chance to pick up a couple shirts and that very awesome Summer Wars Hanafuda card set.
Oh, yeah, those are rare. We thought we were totally out of those, and we luckily enough found one extra box, so we got a couple more we're taking to conventions. Well, hopefully for the rest of the year we'll have some. I don't think they'll last too much longer than that, but yeah, the straight from Japan Summer Wars Hanafuda cards, they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. It matches up with how gorgeous the movie is.
It really is an awesome movie. I have that on DVD too. But there was only a couple left, and I almost cried when I thought I wouldn't be able to get one.
Well, I'm glad you did.
So am I. And, you just ran the whole, I like to call it the convention triathlon, which was the three really, really big summer conventions. What were they again? I know one was Otakon.
Yes, Otakon was the ender. So basically, if we're doing triathlon, we've got AX, then San Diego, then Otakon. So there was little time between it. I was basically in Texas for about, I think, 6 to 8 days the entire month. With as hot as it's been, I don't mind that. But yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I love going to all three shows, and everyone always asks me also, what's your favorite, of all the shows or of the three shows? And I'm like, I can't choose because I love them all for three different reasons. Like Anime Expo is great to see, all the new exciting shininess that's coming out of Japan and bring out the Japanese guests, and we go forward with our new stuff. Like we brought out Last Exile 2. We world premiered the first episode of Last Exile FAM, the Silver Wing. There while having some of the creative ones, so that's always awesome. And then San Diego Comic-Con, we announced we were bringing out Dragon Ball Z on Blu-ray, and the amassment, which is Comic-Con, that's the only place you can bring something as large and as vast as Dragon Ball Z. As well as we were hinting and showing some what they call first looks at the new Dragon Age anime we're working on, which if you go to Funimation.com/dragon-age, you can take a look at some of the videos and what we call early sketches from the film we're bringing out next year. And then Otakon, it's just great to be so close to the fans. The OA call, you really get to be involved with the fans. You get to, see what they're buying, see what they're doing. We're really, really closer and more fan friendly and less, a corporationally industry. And we did Saturday was like a gambit. I think I sat behind so many movie screens. I lost track of what time it was in the day, because we started with like the big Italia premiere for season 3 World Series with all the guests coming out, and then we rolled into the Trigun Badlands dub premiere with Johnny Young Bosch, and then we ended it with the U.S. premiere of the subtitled new Full Metal Alchemist movie, the Sacred Star of Milos, which was filled a 4,000 person room. So it was nonstop. So yeah, by the end of the entire con circuit, I was just dead tired, but it was totally worth it. It's one of those things you're passed out with a smile.
Exactly. That's one of my favorite things about going to a convention where Funimation's involved, is there's always something new to learn.
We try to keep it exciting. We try to keep changing it up. We try to bring little special touches to it. Something that you can't get from seeing online, or something you can't get from, buying a DVD. We want you to do all those wonderful things, of course. And we want to basically find ways to take conventions and enhance them. And we know a lot of fans out there, you love the brands. I love the shows and love all these ones so much, but you live in the world of the shows. And we started, doing brand events that were focused about, living the world of the shows, where, we actually try to put you as close to the people in the shows, or actually into the shows themselves, as hard and as big as we could. Perfect example was a few years back, we did an Oron High School host club in our booth, where we had cosplayers from AC Paradise who came out, and we see cosplay all the different characters of that. And we had a line nonstop of people coming in and be hosted by these cosplayers playing the different hosts. And it was wonderful. You tell the fans were loving it. So we had squeeing little girls, while walking out the door. We had guys squeeing while walking out the door. So everyone was loving it, and it led right into our big announcement of the full cast of Oran High School Host Club, where we brought all the actors out and premiered the episodes of the dub right then. So that led to the wonderful success, which was Oran that year. So those kind of things are what we want to continue to keep bringing to the fans on every single level. And going back to the site a little bit, I'm trying to take some of the experience I've had with convention events and seeing what I can do with that online. So hopefully, looking down the future, you'll see more and more fun, brand-involved, show-involved what we call events popping up on the internet, be it social media, be it website, be it multiple different things. We're gonna try many different approaches and see what works. What you guys enjoy?
Definitely. I swear, sometimes Funimation just needs to have one big podcast or something at the end of the year. Says, this is everything that we announced this year.
I do remember when we picked up the initial group of Genion brands as a fun little joke in the panel, because we announced like 34 shows or something like that day at that Anime Expo. And during the presentation, I was like, if you didn't catch that, here's all the stuff we announced. It was pretty much a trailer reel. I just did a quick reel of all the shows we announced that day. And everyone seemed to enjoy that. So yeah, we try to keep it busy, but we do probably need to get our own little end of year special. I mean, we still are doing funny cons. I know we haven't done one in a while. People keep asking, when are you going to do your next live funny con from Funimation? Why have you quit them or anything? And no, we haven't. We've just been insanely busy going to real conventions that we haven't had a chance to do a virtual one yet. But those will be coming back, so maybe we'll have some more information coming from those one day.
Definitely. Hopefully, once the summer dies down, everybody gets the chance to catch their breath. It's especially not just you and all the crew member teams like Rojas and Charlene that go out everywhere, but the voice actors too. I know Vic goes just about everywhere.
Nonstop. I mean, he and so many other voices actor, they're like gone every single weekend. I was just trying to touch base with J. Michael Tatum. I was like, hey, dude, do you want to get some dinner? And he's like, I'm in New Orleans. And I tried next weekend. Like, hey, dude, you want to get some dinner? He's like, I'm in Cleveland. I'm like, hey, dude, what month are you not somewhere that's not here? So yeah, they're busy. I mean, they love going out to the shows. They love the fans. They love the feedback. They they love seeing. I know seeing a lot of the reaction. I mean, the actors don't even have to tell me this because I'll see the reaction on their faces when they see the fans reacting to the shows they're working on, and it's always just amazing. You can see they really appreciate how much you guys love what they do, and it makes them just work harder. I mean, I know these guys are going to the booth and just giving absolutely everything they can between the directors, the engineers, and the voice actors. Just they're pouring everything they got into between talent and passion into these shows, and seeing how you guys love them. What makes the big difference with them saying, "Oh, this is a success. I am doing good at this. I will keep doing this." So, thank you, fans, from everyone here, and especially the voice actors.
Definitely. But I believe on that note, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, I will have learned how to talk, and I will have my special guest with me. So keep it tuned to your favorite station, 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.
Oh my God!
What's wrong? Are they playing Every Fight again? Well, it doesn't have to be this way. You see, here at 91.8 The Fan, we give our listeners the option to rate each and every song on the site. Simply go to the front page at 918thefan.com and look for the box on the right-hand side of the screen that shows which songs have recently played. There, you can roll your mouse over any of those songs and give them a rating from 1 to 5 stars. Rate the music you hear, and you could soon be hearing more of what you like and less of what you don't like. Now, isn't that swell?
Hey, everybody out there, you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan. I'm still here, and I still have my very special guest. Would you like to give us a sign of life?
Hey.
Hey, here he is. And since you are the marketing man over at Funimation, you tend to know about most new titles before anyone else.
I try to stay on top of those things as much as I can, myself and the rest of the wonderful people here at the marketing department.
And, is there anything that is coming out very recently that you are allowed to talk about? I know that a lot of things you have to be very tight-lipped about, but I do know a couple things were just announced recently.
There's a lot of different things I'd love to talk about, which of course I can't talk about just yet. But coming from what's new and hot on the Funimation plate, we just released Spice Wolf Season 2 that just came out this week. If you have not picked it up, I recommend it. It's Season 1 is available too as well. We actually brought out Season 2 in a DVD Blu-ray combo pack and just brought out Season 1 on Blu-ray as well. Because we didn't have Blu-ray rights when we first picked up Spice and Wolf. And it was one of those shows, if you haven't seen Spice and Wolf, it's interesting. It's not like any other show really out there. It's Moe Economics. It's C-SPAN with furries. It's wonderful. It's one of those shows when I first heard about it, I'm like, wait, okay, you got this traveling fox goddess that basically is going with this merchant in feudal like a feudal world, and they're talking about exchange rates and currency and things like that. Sounds like the most boring anime ever made ever. And you start watching and you watch one episode and you're like, okay, that's pretty cool. I like it. I want to see more. You watch another episode. You watch another episode. Before you know it, you finish the entire season. You're still not sure what you watched, but you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it does sound something I enjoy, especially since I loved Eden of the East, which, speaking of Eden of the East...
Yes. We are so happy to have Eden of the East. Eden of the East movie 2 just came out, Paradise Lost. If you haven't picked it up yet, highly recommend it. It's Jason Bourne the anime. It's got intrigue, mystery, and it's got a deep, wonderful storyline. And unlike some animes, it's got a good ending. With this one, if you haven't picked up the series yet, Run, Don't Walk, pick up the series. And then there's 2 movies after to end the series. If you feel like you can't pick up the series right now, I will say if you get the first movie, King of Eden, it's got as an extra feature, it's got a second movie on it called Air Communication, which is the short version compilation of the series, which you don't get all the nuances, but if you're in a rush, you can watch Air Communication, King of Eden, and then Paradise Lost. But to get the full enjoyment, I would highly recommend picking up the series. It is fantastic. So yes, Eden of the East, I cannot say enough of that one.
And it's not even that time consuming. It's only 11 episodes in the 2 movies, so You could knock that out in a whole weekend if you really tried.
Absolutely, it's not a DBZ level of show. You don't have to commit 3 months to a Frieza saga.
Yeah, that's what Kai is for.
Absolutely, I love Kai. It's cleaned up, it's neat, it's quick. You can enjoy it. Oh, we're already here. Wow, that's pretty amazing. So yeah, we got more Kai coming out. We're not stopping anytime soon. I mean, people love DBZ Kai.
I'm still waiting for Sabbath to sing the opening.
I'll keep bribing him. I'll be like, come on, man, $5 more. Can Mr. Washington here convince you? So yeah, we have a wide variety of different things coming out. Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think if there's anything else really in the future. We just brought out, I know, Shin-Chan and Sergeant Frog season 3 for both of those. Of course, everyone needs more Frog. Who cannot go with more Frog? We haven't seen Sergeant Frog. Highly recommend going and checking it out. It's in stores and on our website, as well as Shin-Chan. The Wrongness Continues. Oh my goodness, I'm trying to. I had a copy of season 3 part 1 on my desk just yesterday. And I opened it up, and I hadn't looked at the track list yet of what was it, episode titles. I wish I had it in front of me right now because I would read them aloud because they're so wonderful. But there's show titles like the Upside, the Prison Showers.
Oh God.
And things like that. It was just like
Sergeant Frogs are pretty intensive too. If I could reach my box set over here without pulling my headphones out, I would, but I can't. But
you gotta learn that force grab kind of thing.
Yeah, I really need to pick that up. But
yeah,
there's a lot of stuff like the title that we wanted to call this episode, but we couldn't because of copyright infringement. Stuff like that is just hilarious.
It's wonderful. Oh, yeah, actually, I remember that another one for Shin also was animes for kids and stupid adults. Which I was like, I need to share that one. That's a wonderful one.
I guess we're all pretty stupid in that regard then.
Yes, we are. I'm dumb and proud. So yeah, there's a wide variety of different things going on out there for different shows. Going off the top of my head, also Yu Yu Hakusho Blu-ray is if you the absolute classic of Yu Yu Hakusho. We finally brought it on Blu-ray and cleaned it up. I mean, that's one thing also with a lot of these older titles. They were they're wonderful when they came out. But they, the standards today are a lot higher, so we try to boost them up as far as we can, and so we're bringing those out by seasons. So we're really excited about that. The next really big, I think, show we're just super excited about coming out at the end of next month is Trigun Badlands Rumble, which, of course, everyone knows Trigun. Everyone knows Vash the Stampede. If you haven't, your friend's probably going to slug you in the arm and say, dude, what? Because you need to see Trigun.
Trigun's one of those, big classics of it. Bebop, Trigun, Outlaw Star.
Yeah, the Toonami specials that came out, or Adult Swim specials, but it was back in the 90s and stuff. So it's absolutely wonderful. And this movie it's all the fun parts of Trigun before it gets really emo serious. So you've got all the extra just action and Vash and Wolfwood and everyone else involved. It's all in there. So if you want more Trigun, you got to pick up some more Badlands Rumble. So we're excited about that. And I'll say there's a lot of other shows that we're excited about. I really can't even really talk too much about, of course, like Fairy Tail. I've watched a little bit of dub, stepped in the studio and watched what they're going on there, and I walked out, laughing with a smile. I was like, wow, this is going to be a lot of fun. So there's just a blast of things going on out there. So highly recommend checking out if you haven't seen the shows. They're all, the vast majority of them are on Funimation.com, and of course, it's your local retailer as well.
Yeah, Best Buy. I know I do all my stuff online at Right Stuff. That's one of my personal favorites.
Oh, Right Stuff is great. We love Right Stuff, Amazon, all those ones. We work with a wide variety of different people.
Also, you guys out there can have more anime. Fuel your addictions. Fuel them.
Yes, so give into that. There'll probably be some 12-set program to getting over anime, but till then, just keep going. The anime is the cheapest it's ever been for any of the old fans out there. I'm sure you remember buying the Blue Robotech tapes for like $40 for just the dub for 2 episodes. So when you see $40 for a box set release of 26 episodes, I know I did a backflip.
I know. And I know for me, I've seen a lot of stuff being announced. You guys just pumped out the cast list for Black Butler Season 2.
Yes, we did. We're very happy to have that. And Black Butler's just a fantastic show. That's, again, makes the girls scream for the pretty boys and Sebastian. So every time we screen it, I feel like I'm at a Beatles concert. It's like, wow, it's amazing. That and Natalia, I will say, that Natalia, Oron, all those is just, wow. The premiere of Fatalia at Otakon I was mentioning earlier, to, I think it was about 2,000 people or so, right around then. I was standing behind the screen, and I got full brunt of these screaming girls coming at me, and I was just like, "Oh my God, I think I'm going a little bit deaf." And it's not from being in front of the speaker from the show; it's from everyone going crazy when Prussia shows up on screen.
Oh, I've seen the special video of Prussia.
That was so much fun to shoot. A little behind the scenes story because we actually shot a whole bunch of video for that, which you probably see some more Prussia videos like that in the near future. We just got to cut some more together. But we filmed that. We had an office outside of our IT department that had a couch and some area in it, and it was available. And we're like, this would be perfect to do an interview. And Jonathan Brooks, we've not worked with him before on the marketing side, his promotion side before. We didn't know exactly how loud he was until we started recording. And this office had a glass window to the IT department. And on the outside of the IT department was the marketing department, and it was in a hallway that's very used by a lot of people. Like there's the water fountain bathrooms, and it's a funnel to all the other departments. So all of a sudden he's just screaming the most Prussia-like stuff ever. We sent donuts to IT the next morning, and I was there walking by going, "What the hell is going on in there?" I had no idea. So it was pretty crazy to say the least, but it was so much fun. Most of the stuff he said, like we gave him general direction. But that was about it. He was going a lot of that stuff off the cuff, like, "Hey, this is generally what we're thinking about, but what's your exact wordage? You just go with it." And he made up those things almost first take on almost everything. I think we only had to do like 2 retakes on a couple of things, and everything else was just him being him. I was like, wow, this guy is awesome. I want to work with him more.
Yeah, ad-libbing is usually some of the best stuff you get because you get to see inside the insanity of the actor's brains. Exactly.
Yeah, and at one point, because we had Char and Rojas and myself were behind the camera on that one, and at one point he was I forget what he said, but he had us rolling so hard. Like me and Justin were just holding in laughter, and Char starts laughing. I'm like, stop! Like I was giving her the do not start laughing. I'm recording this. So I'm not sure if I don't think I've used that footage yet, but I know when I use that footage, I'm going to have to stop it a little bit earlier than I want to because Char just busts out laughing. It was just like that was great, but Shark, you got to hold it in.
That's I think possibly my favorite thing about Hetalia is not all the awesome jokes and the narration, which is always great to hear Jamie Marchi doing incredibly racist narrations. But
it's common and it's wonderful that Jamie Marchi speaks. She does so well.
Yeah, but one of my favorite things is the commentaries for the episodes where people like Eric Vale and Chris Bevins, they talk about things that we can't say right now during this time of day on air.
Oh my God. I can't wait to you guys see the commentaries on the next seasons of the movies. Char came out after because they recorded those all together. And the special amount of people and the special amount of topics and the special amount of things that came out of those commentaries, she was just like you've been laughing at the funniest thing you ever heard for a couple hours. She came out looking like that afterwards. With shock on her face at the same time. And I was like, Hetalia commentaries? She could barely breathe. It was like, yes, oh my God. So I think they even upped their game for the new ones coming out soon.
Oh, I can't wait. It's really probably the main reason that I'll buy it. Not just for Hetalia, but for all the bonus stuff. I do love myself some bonus stuff.
Excellent. I try to keep getting more and more extras out there, and I know a lot of surveys. We posted a survey just today. I know Lance put one up, asking more questions about that kind of stuff because we want to know. We have this wonderful thing in fandom, the anime fans. You guys tell us brutally honestly what you want and what you like. As I always joke in some panels, is back in the old DBZ days, it'd be like, "Hey, are you guys to the DBZ?" We're like, "Yeah." I was like, "All right, I'll be waiting outside for your car for you." I'll slash your tires when you get there. Thanks. And then later on, when we acquired One Piece, people were lining up to shake our hands like it was at the end of a wedding, like, "Thank you so much for saving One Piece," kind of thing.
I had tears of joy streaming down my face when I heard Vic sing an opening for One Piece.
It was just so wonderful. It's so wonderful.
Speaking of which, I know One Piece is on a hiatus, and I don't know if you're allowed to say anything, if you know anything new yet. Where is the One Piece? Do you know where the One Piece is?
We are working on it. There is more One Piece coming. I've mentioned that a few times out there. We definitely will have more One Piece. Luffy's travels on the wonderful ship will be right here. We'll be Funimation, so stay tuned for more One Piece coming from Funimation. We are just working on the overall details in the contract and all that with those wonderful guys over at Toei. Mostly because we call One Piece has been such a giant show, we can't buy the whole show because we've been buying how many episodes that don't even exist yet.
Yeah.
So we buy them in chunks. We buy them in seasons. We buy them by a movie here or there too tied into it sometimes. So overall, we're just trying to find the finer details on how much we're getting and when can we start working on it. So stay tuned for more One Piece updates on Funimation.com/news. Rojas's wonderful blog over there. So and our Twitter and our Facebooks and everything else for updates on One Piece. But there will be more One Piece.
All right, that's good. I know I've been waiting patiently. You guys have been putting out a lot of great stuff to keep me tied over, but I've seen some rather venomous commentaries like, "Oh, what's wrong with Funimation? Where's all the One Piece? I hate Toei. Toei sucks. Why won't they give us more One Piece?"
Yeah, there's always. I will say we always find it very interesting the conspiracy theories that grow on the internet all over for different reasons, but based off of two pieces of information here or there sometimes. Because 99% of the time it's not accurate, and it's for reasons either you'll find out later or we can't say. Along those lines, and I will say a lot of those ones like, hey, why did this show move? Because they want to make this happen, and then make this actor mad or release this because this show's more important. Where it's normally like, no, we just didn't get the tapes and the work on that till a month later. Sorry. So it's a much smaller, less built up Michael Bay action sequence than it actually is. It's a lot more, hey, did we get those materials in? No. Okay, push it back a week. Along those
I think
lines.
you guys had something like that happen a while ago with Index and Railgun.
Yeah, you're still waiting on that. Actually, let me address that whole thing with the Index Railgun, Hellsing, Black Lagoon, and all those wonderful Genion shows we announced we picked up at Anime Expo last year and are yet out yet. Because people keep asking, well, what's going on with those? Do you still have them? I'm like, yeah, we still have them. We still have all the things we listed, Serial Experiments Lane, everything on that list. But we haven't brought it out yet because Universal Japan, the company, and Genion Japan are merging. And the merger's been taking many years to finalize all the different pieces and parts of it. And until it's all kind of said and done, they won't send us materials to start working on it. I'm not sure if it's a contract thing, if it's if someone's got to go find someone to go find the materials thing or along those lines. But overall, we're waiting to actually get the materials to start working on it. So we've been kind of radio silence on that because the only update we'd be able to give is, sorry, we don't have an update. But I'm pretty sure the special case, when we actually start getting these, we'll kind of re-announce we have them. Like, hey, we got these. We're going to start working on these now. So you'll see them in 6 to 9 months, along those lines. But people are asking, when's the next Hellsing? I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully soon. I'd like it to be really, really soon. But it's just all kind of waiting for everything to come in so we start working on it. So we apologize again to the fans for the massive delay on this. But until we can get the materials, we can't work on it yet.
Right, and a lot of people, like I said, they react very violently when they don't know what's going on and they make up their own stuff.
Yeah, and we understand that. We understand basically if you love sung so much and you're into sung so much and that passion of the fan, which we're built on the passion of the fan. Out there, but you can get upset with it, and you just get frustrated, like, oh, why won't they give me my Hellsing? Why don't they give me my Black Lagoon? Why don't you give me my One Piece? Things like that. So we totally understand that, and that's why when we see people, either come after us for a decision or something like that, we never take it personally. We know it's just either frustration or someone might not like us and might want to say something like that, along those lines. So we try to translate internet speak along those lines. So if you've got a rant of 500 pages long about one topic, it might still be just 10 people ranting. If it's 500 people all ranting on one thing, we'll take a look at that a little deeper, saying, oh, it's a wider issue. Let's go listen to that. But we do listen to everything going out there. We have people that actually go on the forums, our forums, other people's forums, our Facebook. And, of course, we have our feedback at Funimation.com, which we have someone who's one of their jobs is to answer back on that on a regular basis. So the passion of the fan is so important to us. I mean, half the people in here are fans, started as fans. I've been a fan of anime since I was 3 years old. I was watching Astro Boy on BBC Two. I didn't even know it was anime. I didn't actually figure out it was anime until I got a copy of Ranma 1/2 when I was in early high school, I think it was, or just late junior high, right around there. So it was just wonderful cartoons, but actually had storylines that continued instead of just resetting the button every show.
Yeah, I watched Dragon Ball Z almost religiously, and I never recognized that it was an anime until about halfway through high school when someone introduced me to Naruto. I'm like, hey, this is this thing called anime. I'm like, oh, yeah, I like that. That is good stuff. Give me more.
And that's the wonderful thing about anime. It's being a genre by itself is that you don't have to know that it's anime to enjoy it. You don't even have to get all the Japanese references and cultural stuff to enjoy it, especially some of the more well made what I call materials like what I call like the Dragon Ball Z. It's based off of one of the oldest, if not the oldest book ever written, Journey to the West. And it's just so well put together, and just you watch it and you enjoy it, and you don't have to be part of the culture to actually get into it. But I will say a lot of people wants to get into this otaku culture. It's hard to get out. I'm in here and I'm never leaving.
Yeah, and I will say that I have sunk a lot of money into this, so I can't exactly quit now.
It's an investment, I like to think, not a habit.
Exactly. But I do believe we have talked about quite a lot here, and we have made a lot of progress. And unfortunately, our time together is nearing an end. But before we let you go, we do have one final thing to ask of you.
Absolutely.
We ask everyone who comes on the show if they would be willing to participate in our awesome 91.8 The Fan tradition.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. We got them to say yes. That's the first step.
That's the first step. What's the second step?
The second step
is badgers?
No badgers. That's the other one. We'll talk about that one later.
All right. That's after hours, yes.
But we just ask everybody to say a radio bump for us.
Absolutely.
All right, we just ask everyone to say, hello, my name is, you insert your name. Mm-hmm. I do this. You insert what you do. You can be as broad or specific as you like. It's completely up to you. And the most important part is, and you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
No problem. Well, let's give this a shot.
All right, whenever you're ready, we can go for a take one.
All right. Hey, this is Adam Sheehan, Funimation. Let's go right to take two.
All right, take two.
Hey, this is Adam Sheehan, marketing manager here at Funimation Entertainment. And I didn't tell what I was going to talk about. Let's take three.
Take three. Let's go.
Live radio is fun.
Isn't it?
This is. Everyone loves outtakes. We saw this in surveys. Everyone loves outtakes. So here's your outtakes, live outtakes. Hey, this is Adam Sheehan, marketing manager here at Funimation Entertainment. So you might have seen me at some conventions doing some panels and whatnot, or if you're at Funimation.com, you'll probably see me all over that. And you're listening to 91.8 The Fan. Enjoy. Wonderful, wonderful anime and other things.
All right. Third time's the charm.
Yes.
We've had a lot of interesting ones. Sometimes people flip around our numbers. 98.1 The Fan is very common.
I wrote it down because I thought I was going to do that.
Yeah. And, we've had a few people put their own twist. Travis did his big, booming radio voice.
Oh, God, yes. Travis is amazing. I think he can pick up, like, a state.
Yeah. I'm actually glad that people from Funimation, like Travis and Troy and Vic, they make their way into some of Viz's stuff, because I know those three specifically were just in Bleach these past couple weeks. And
oh, yeah.
With a monster like Bleach, sometimes you have to import people from Funimation.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of those guys live out in L.A. also now. We actually do share with different states along those lines. So, I mean, what do you call it? Good work's good work. I mean, you'll see their work in video games and things like that. Like, what was it recently? I was watching a trailer for that new, which looks awesome, what do you call it? Aliens, Space Marines, what do you call it? Colonial Marines game that's coming out. And one of the voices on there, I was like, is that Chris Sabat on the intercom? And I went back and I think that's Chris.
Yeah, I do that all the time. It's like, I think I know that person. I know that voice. I can't put a name to that voice. Who is that person?
Yeah, exactly.
But for everyone else out there, if you missed any part of this interview, shame on you. Where have you been? But don't fret, because we will post it up on our website as soon as we can. So keep it tuned to your favorite station, 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.